Yo, Haitian, go crazy with it. Go crazy with it. Woods.
Hola los peoples, my name is Rafisa, you're listening to Choublak4 and I hope you're having an amazing day. If you like that beat, that's Haitian's work. Look him up on Instagram, his handle is at one Haitian. That will be one, the number one, Hayshun. Today's episode is titled Faith. Let me show you why. I believe people usually try to do the right things by their own standards. That's where I found most of the patience you've ever seen me display. When we see someone doing something we consider bad, a lot of time it's not because they're careless. They do care, just not necessarily about the same things. They might not consider that action as doing something bad. Furthermore, our own way of seeing what is right or wrong are not set in stone. We evolve, we change, and so do our ideas and principles. Humans are awful at a lot of things, but we are great at adapting. Our view of the world adapts as well, based on our personal experience and our ability to gain knowledge from somebody else's experience. Our understanding of concepts such as morality shifts constantly. Morality refers to principles concerning the distinction between right and wrong or good and bad behavior. As abstract as it sounds, it almost rules the world. Although morality varies from an individual to another, we can often spot people with similar values and principles with the help of communities, such as religions. Religions are a set of traditions and rituals fueled by a doctrine that frame the belief and worship of a superhuman power or energy or system. That superhuman power is often seen as a controlling power. As I said, religions can help us spot people with similar values. Chances are these values are not exactly the same. Let's take Christianity as an example. People often refer to it as being a religion of its own, but if you ask a Christian what their religion is, they'll tell you something more specific. I'm Methodist. My dad's family is Catholic. I have cousins that are Adventist, Baptist, and so on. These are all religions with their own rules, their own delimitation of what's wrong or right. Let me take an example. My grandma, who's Catholic, has a favorite saint and has blessed me with the Hail Mary full of grace before. I know that prayer by heart because I went to a Catholic school. But you'll never catch me actually praying by saying it because I'm Methodist. In the Methodist Church, we are against praying to any entity outside of the Saint Trinity. You know, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. But my grandmother and I are both Christians who believe that salvation only comes through Jesus Christ, who died for us at the cross and resurrected 3 days later. And that's what our celebration of Easter is all about. And just like that, even if my grandmother and I had agreed on everything else, we would disagree on that. And that's just one minor example. Among the Christian community, people disagree with each other about so many things. Then come other religions where people believe in God but not Jesus, religions where people don't believe in one single God, religions where people don't believe in gods at all. It's all about energy forming and circulating through the universe. Honestly, there are more to mention, I just don't know them. And there are people who simply don't believe in any of it. But all of us have our own boundaries concerning morality. And I think that even if we all believed in the same thing, humans are so complex that our boundaries wouldn't be the same. In most religious groups, humans have used scriptures to create division and share harmful messages, not only within the community itself, but outside of it as well. At this point, I think we all know that. In the attempt of eradicating those practices, movements around the world have started to encourage people to live in what is commonly called their own truth and discourage others to have harmful behaviors towards people who don't share the same moral compass as them. The message is respect the fact that other people have other beliefs or no beliefs at all. The definition of the word respect, the noun respect, is due regard to feelings, wishes, rights, or traditions of others. But the definition of the verb to respect is admire someone or something deeply as a result of their abilities, qualities, or achievements. In my opinion, the biggest challenge is that everybody thinks the others are actually wrong, or just that nobody is right. Just think about it for a second. If you believe in something, obviously, consciously or not, you think you believe in the right thing, that you made the correct choice. And if you believe in nothing, then chances are you think that those who do believe are fooling themselves to a certain degree. If you're the type of person who thinks, well, I don't know, maybe there's some kind of higher power out there, but I have no reason to think so, then you don't think anybody is right or wrong. The more you think about it, the more complex becomes the idea of respecting someone else's beliefs or morality. Truly. A lot of Christians and Jehovah's Witnesses adults in the Haitian community nurture the idea that voodoo is the work of the devil. I have also witnessed a lot of weird, offensive jokes directed towards people from other religions like Buddhism and Islam. At the same time, among my peers, age-wise, I've had a lot of people telling me the Bible was probably a book of lies, that I actively choose to be part of a group of oppressors by being Christian, and because so many awful things were done by humans in the name of Christianity, I have no right to be uncomfortable or offended by people saying awful things about Christianity. What baffles me the most is that all these people think they're right. They don't think they have a harmful behavior because they are right by their own standards. But we cannot define a group of people by the action of one person who claims to be part of that group. It's like Christians who would tell people that they are going to hell. That does not make any sense. A lot of people stick to what their parents told them and don't go looking for answers themselves. First of all, there are no greater sins. All sins are just as bad. A lot of people focus on certain sins of others while violating the 10 Commandments. Even though Jesus roasted people in the Bible for not minding their business. And we are not worthy of salvation. It is a favor. If you do believe in that, you should be humbler about it. I can only speak on the behalf of Christians who are tired of seeing so-called Christians spread hate and disrespect everything Jesus stood for, such as forgiveness, love, understanding, and truthfulness. But I'm sure anyone can experience similar frustrations. If we're going to walk around saying that what we want is peace, we're going to have to start by at least trying to understand each other. Like, don't make comments about Islam when you have no idea what Islam is about. Knowing that it is different from what you believe is not enough. On the other hand, if you know what a religion is about, your personal experience does not dictate how someone who is part of that religion should be allowed to feel. Like, if you show up to my house with Satan's shoes at your feet, I reserve the right to tell you that it makes me uncomfortable and not to come back with them at your feet. As a matter of fact, your shoes would stay at the porch. They will not enter my house. Thank you for listening to today's episode. You can follow Choublak4 on Instagram or Twitter. That would be CHOUBLAK4, the number 4. You can also subscribe to whichever platform you're listening this from. I am an artist, and you'll find my work on my Instagram. My handle is at Rafisarelo. That would be RAFISARELO. Happy Easter. Ciao, ciao. Bye bye.